In the highlands of Vietnam, where vast forests stretch endlessly towards the horizon, there was a small village that depended on nature for survival. For generations, they lived in harmony with the great spirit of the highlands, receiving water from the sacred waterfall that had never run dry. But this year, something terrible happened. The rain stopped falling. The earth cracked open like an old wound. The crops withered. The riverbeds turned to dust. The children no longer laughed, only their dry, thirsty eyes spoke of their silent suffering. In the heart of the village, an elderly village chief stood, gazing at the dying land with sorrowful eyes. "What have we done to offend the spirits? Why has the forest abandoned us?" he sighed. Then, a young man stepped forward, Waikoa strong and determined, his eyes burning with resolve. "Elder, we cannot just sit here and wait for death. There must be a way to save the village." The chief looked at him long and hard before speaking in a low, serious voice. "There is one place, a place only the brave dare to go. The sacred lake of the highlands. If you find it, the water will return." Waikoa knelt before the chief, receiving his blessing. His mother, with tears in her eyes, placed a silver bracelet in his hand, a protective charm passed down through generations. "My son, be careful. The forest is vast, and the spirits watch those who enter." Waikoa clenched his fists. "I will return with water for the village." Without hesitation, he stepped into the deep jungle, where the towering trees blocked out the sun, and the wind carried whispers of ancient spirits. But the path ahead would not be easy. Waikoa walked carefully, feeling the damp earth beneath his feet. The air was thick with the scent of moss and old wood, the song of birds blending with the rustling of unseen creatures. Then, whoosh! A sudden gust of cold wind blew past, carrying eerie whispers. The trees shook as if speaking in a secret language. And then a herd of wild elephants appeared, their massive forms blocking his path. Their dark eyes, ancient and wise, seemed to judge him. Waikoa took a deep breath, stepping forward slowly, bowing his head in respect. "I do not come to harm the forest. I seek only the water to save my people." The lead elephant let out a deep rumble, then slowly stepped aside. The highlands had accepted him. But the true test was yet to come. After days of crossing dry riverbeds and climbing steep cliffs, Waikoa finally arrived at his destination, the sacred waterfall. But to his shock, it had dried up. And then, a figure emerged from the mist. A spirit of the mountain, a towering, ethereal being, half human, half mist, with eyes that glowed with the wisdom of ages. Its deep voice echoed through the valley. "Human, what have your kind done to the forest? Why should I return the water to you?" Waikoa did not flinch. He knelt, his voice steady. "We do not wish to destroy the forest. But without water, my people will die. Please, give us a chance." The spirit was silent for a long time, then asked. "Then answer me this. What truly keeps your village alive?" Waikoa closed his eyes, listening to the beating of his own heart. And then, he answered. "Not just water, but love, unity, and our deep respect for the land." The spirit's gaze softened. "You have understood." And then the water began to flow once more. Cool, pure water gushed from the earth, rushing through the valley like a long-lost song. Waikoa knelt beside the water, feeling its refreshing embrace. He quickly filled his flask and ran back to the village. When he arrived, the villagers gasped in disbelief. "Water! Waikoa has brought the water back." Hands reached out, catching the life-giving droplets. Laughter and cheers erupted through the village. The elderly chief smiled and placed his hand on Waikoa's shoulder. "You have not only brought water back, you have brought back hope." Waikoa looked up at the sky. Beyond the village, the great forest stood tall and silent, watching over them like a wise guardian. If the forest lives, the village lives. If the forest dies, no sacred lake can ever save us. And from that day forward, the people of the village vowed to protect the land, just as the land had protected them. Nature does not simply give us water, it gives us life. We must protect it, before it is too late.